him, of course, for coming on. And now we have, without further ado, 293rd Judicial District District Attorney Roberto Serna coming on.
Good afternoon. How you doing?
Good evening. How you doing, Mr. Serna?
Good. I'm doing fine.
Good to have you. Sorry we had you waiting a little bit long, but
Not a problem, and my pleasure.
oh no, thank you for coming on. And let's just get right to it. I know you're have a busy schedule as well, and we're bringing you on mostly because of the issue that has arisen lately. I know some of our followers have seen the issue where there was an HB 4280 filed by State Representative Morales, and we just want to ask you about it. We saw the bill. We reported about it. We did see some press releases that come out, so that's why we reached out to you to see if we can get some comment. And we appreciate your time. I don't know if you want to go ahead and discuss how you feel about it. Were you contacted, or what's going on?
Well, first of all, good evening to everyone that's listening and seeing us on Facebook. I hope that you all are having a good day, and I, in advance, wish you a very happy and safe Easter. We still have COVID-19 in the area. It's a very dangerous pandemic that we're going through, so please stay safe and keep your loved ones safe as well. Now, in terms of why we're here, thank you for the invitation, is because there was a bill, 4280, that was filed by our state representative, Mr. Morales. Now, this bill, and let me start by saying this first. I am all for change when change is right and proper and correct. If something is for the betterment of our community and we need to change something, I am all for it. I support it. What I do not support is the waste of taxpayers' money. I also do not support people not being informed of what their public officials are doing. I think that public officials are just that. We are servants of the public. We serve the public. We have a mandate by getting voted into office that's given to us by the people to represent the people. The office of the 293rd Judicial District does not belong to Roberto Serna. It does not. It belongs to the people of the 293rd Judicial District that voted in a fair and honest election to have me to continue in serving as their district attorney for them. I work for them. I work for the people of Maverick, Dimmitt, and Zavala County. That is the mandate that I received, and that is the solemn oath that I took on January the 1st of 2020. Now, what is happening with House Bill 4280? Well, it's trying to create a new judicial district attorney. The way the bill is filed now, it calls for the creation of the 479th Judicial District. What does that mean? Well, in order to have the creation of a judicial district, you have to automatically create a district court. So what this bill is actually doing, if you actually read the proposed bill that's been filed, it is actually maybe inadvertently, maybe not, but the end result is that it's actually creating or wanting to create not only a district attorney's office, but also a district court for Maverick County and only for Maverick County. Now, this, of course, let's just talk about the district attorney's office. Now, the cost is very high. You have to have a district attorney that the state has to pay and provide for. So the state of Texas, which is now in a deficit budget because of the pandemic, we don't have money in the state of Texas, has to first determine whether or not there's sufficient funding to fund a new district attorney position. We don't have the money. The taxpayers of Texas do not have the money. We cannot justify it. And if you were to create a new judicial district, there's some steps that you need to follow. The first one is, and they were not followed in this case, and why they were not followed in this case, I don't know. But I don't want to badmouth anybody or accuse anybody of anything. I'm just saying, I'm just stating facts, the truth. I was never contacted. I was never contacted, and I'm the person that's affected because I am the duly elected representative of the people in the 293rd Judicial District office. I was never contacted about the possibility of there being a bill filed um, to create the 479th that only would represent Maverick County. I was never contacted. I would have been very happy to discuss the issues, the facts, the statistics, the numbers, and would have provided what was necessary in order for there to be an informed decision as to whether or not such a finding was necessitated. Now, first of all, the cost. The cost to the county of Maverick would double because you would have to uh, create the position, of course. You have to fund the position, and then the state would have to fund their part of that position. And the approximate cost is $1 million of your tax money. This money doesn't grow in trees. It comes from you having to pay your Maverick County taxes. That's where the money's coming from. Can we justify it? Well, can we justify a massive increase if you don't have an informed public? I would have been able to tell whoever was willing to speak to me about this issue that, okay, why is there a backlog? Well, there's a pandemic that's closed the entire state of Texas. For over a year, businesses have been closed, restaurants have been closed or shut down or limited in capacity. The district courts and county courts, JP courts, municipal courts, they've been closed. Grand juries are hard to come by because this pandemic can kill you. This virus can kill you. So we have not had the type of activity in court that we had, for example, in 2019. It has been reported that in 2019, we had over 10,000 jury trials in the state of Texas. After the pandemic struck the state of Texas, it's down to less than 250 or close to 250 approximately. Mm-hmm. This backlog, according to state officials, is going to take years to recover from. It's hit us hard, but it's hit everybody, not just the court system. So is there a backlog in the district courts? Yes. Is there a backlog in the JP courts? Yes. Is there a backlog in the county attorney's office? Yes. Is there a backlog in municipal court? Yes, of course. Is there a backlog in the Court of Appeals and the Supreme Court? Yes. Is there a backlog in the district attorney's office? Yes, of course. It's affected us all as Americans, as Texans. This pandemic does not forgive. It affects us all throughout the community. Now, what figures are there to even justify Maverick County qualifying for their own district attorney? At this point in time, we qualify because we combine the numbers from Zavala and Dimmitt. Combining the numbers of Zavala, Dimmitt, and Maverick, then the 293rd District does qualify for a district attorney for these three counties. This bill proposes that Maverick County on its own have its own district attorney. Okay, do you have the numbers? There's been no analysis about that. There's been no research as to that. We don't know if we have the numbers. Is there a real true backlog, or is it caused by the pandemic? We'll find out in another year or so. Now, again, how do you make change? Because what does it affect? Well, it affects Maverick County taxpayers. You're going to have to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars more for something that you may not need. What happens to Zavala and Dimmitt? Well, first of all, Zavala and Dimmitt do not qualify for their own district attorney. Combined, you have 12,000 people in Zavala County and 10,400 in Dimmitt County. They do not qualify with 20,400 people for their own district attorney. It cannot be done. They do not qualify. Secondly, they were not consulted. They were not contacted and said, hey, we're going to move the 293rd Judicial District Attorney's Office only to Savannah and Dimmitt, and that is going to cost you about twice what you're paying now. So be prepared, Savannah County, be prepared, Dimmitt County, to pay about $200,000 more than you're paying now from your taxpayers' money in order to support this district attorney's office that you don't even qualify for. But this never came up. This was never put on any agenda for the county commissioners of Zavala, Dimmitt, nor Maverick. We didn't know about it. Nobody knew about it. Is that right? I respectfully disagree. You have to have an informed decision. The first thing that would have happened is Maverick County taxpayers would have said, do we need this? These are my tax dollars. I work hard for this money. Do we really need this office? At this point in time, I can assure you and tell you that no, we do not need a district attorney solely for Maverick County. But they say, they argue, well, there's a backlog. There's a simple solution to that. And let me give you an example. Let's say that you have a restaurant and you open the restaurant and you have one waitress. And then your business grows, your restaurant gets popular, and you find that your waitress is overworked and you as a cook are overworked, and you say to yourself, well, you know what? I need another cook. I need another waitress. You don't go across the street and open up another restaurant that's going to be restaurant number 2 and hire a cook there and another waitress there and say, okay, now I've got 2 restaurants, restaurant 1 and across the street, restaurant 2. And now if you go either one of them, we'll be able to accommodate you. You don't do that. What you do is, if you're a wise, smart, intelligent business owner, you say, okay, I need another cook. You hire an assistant cook. Mm-hmm. If you need another waitress, what do? You hire another waitress. You don't create another restaurant down the street with another cook and another waitress because your first restaurant can't meet the needs. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It's not reasonable. It's not based on common sense and logic. If the district attorney's office is backlogged, what do? What is a responsible response? Okay, if they had met with me, if they talked to me and they discussed these things with me, if they said, you need help, we're going to provide you with taxpayers' money so that you can hire another prosecutor to work on Maverick County cases only, and another investigator to investigate Maverick County cases only. That would have solved the problem. And instead of costing over $1 million to the state of Texas and to Maverick County and taxpayers' money, that would only have cost about $200,000, $250,000, a savings to the community, to you, the voters, of close to $800,000.
Wow, that's a big figure. Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying that someone's doing this for bad reasons. I'm just saying that you have to consult with people. You have to talk to the county commissioners' courts of all 3 counties. Zavala County, Dimmitt County, they might not be willing to have their own district attorney because simply they cannot justify one. The numbers are not there, and they're going to be wasting taxpayers' money. So for these reasons and others, like I said, if it was for the betterment of Maverick County or Dimmitt County, Zavala County, I'd be all for it. But if it's to waste your hard-earned taxpayers' money just because somebody mysteriously files a bill that creates another district and they're going to throw your money away, no, it's not their money. It's not their money. It's your money. You hired these commissioners by elect them into office so to make decisions for you, but they are public servants just like I am. They work for you. They're supposed to take care of your tax dollars, not waste them. Excuse me. But like and again, if you don't have communication, and if you don't talk to the people affected, like the district attorney, myself, or the county commissioners court at Maverick County before you file the bill. And you don't talk to the county commissioners of Dimmitt County, Salado County, and if you don't talk to the state to see if there's enough funding, and there isn't because we're in a deficit, then why file the bill? Don't file the bill if it's not the right thing to do. I mean, and that's why I am against this bill. I'm against this bill because I'm with the people, and I believe I pay taxes, and I pay a lot of taxes, and I don't like to pay taxes, but I do pay taxes because it's my obligation, my duty to pay taxes, just as like it's yours. But I don't want to see my money thrown away. I do not. I do not want governmental spending that's wasteful. And for these reasons and others, I respectfully want to state that I certainly respect our state representative. I respect him. I respect him. I respect the county commissioners. I respectfully disagree, but I disagree because I believe I am doing the right, honest, and decent thing for our taxpayers and for our community, and acting with logic and common sense. And after researching this matter, there is no need for this bill. If there is an overflow of cases here in Maverick County, then provide us with another assistant DA. Provide us with another investigator so that we can get the job done at 1/5 the cost.
Now I know you just mentioned a little while ago about they didn't mention about this bill being filed. They didn't come communicate with you as far as anything, and I understand that. And has this whole issue with the backlog, has Maverick County ever approached you as far as, hey, we're backlogged? Do you need employees? Do you need attorneys or anything like that either?
Never. They have not. And right now, quite frankly, and it's true, we're in a pandemic. Everything is shut down. I mean, we're getting out of it. But we're still at a very high infection rate in Maverick County. We're, as a matter of fact, Eagle Pass is the #1 in the country, in the nation, according to New York Times. We're ranked #1 in terms of COVID-19 infections. Eagle Pass, #1 in the nation. That's not something nice. That's not something you want to have. But you know, if you're going to do things, do it in the open. Put your cards on the table and say, here it is. Here's what I want to do. What is your opinion? What do you think about it? Then you have town hall meetings. You go before the public and you tell the public, this is my idea. This is what I want to do with your tax dollars. What do you think? What's your opinion? What's your input? You live here. Tell me what you think about this. Now, after I have done all of this research, and these are good people. I'm not saying they're bad people. They're not bad people. I'm not going to go there. That's not my style. I'm not going to do that. I think that it was a total lack of communication. I think it was a bill that was filed without consulting with people that they should have consulted with in order to be able to decide whether it was necessary or not, and that's basically all I'm saying. I will fight for the taxpayers of this county and this district, because we're one of the poorest districts in the nation. Maverick County has an extremely high unemployment rate. Eagle Pass is a poor city. Maverick County is a poor county. Every penny counts. And I am not going to jump on the bandwagon and say, "Oh, let's spend $500,000. We'll find the money somewhere." No, we won't. We're going to raise your taxes. If you don't have money to pay for a project, what do cities and counties do throughout the state? School districts, they raise your taxes. And if you can justify the raise in taxes, well, that's okay. But if you cannot justify your taxes being raised, then why are you doing it? Why are you wasting taxpayers' money and taking more money from people that are barely making it? There are people out there that have to very carefully watch their spending. Sometimes there's not enough food on the table. Sometimes there's not enough money to buy new clothes. Sometimes your children want something and you just simply cannot afford it. That's life. And for someone to tax you more or to waste your taxpayers' money, I disagree, and I'm not going to stand for that. And if it's not necessary, I'm going to speak out, and I am speaking out because this is something that you just can't do that to people, and you cannot do that to a district. And even though we all want to take care of our own, living in Eagle Pass for more than 30 years. I don't know how old you are, but I might even have been district attorney before you were born. Um, and I was elected for another 4-year term, and I started my 4-year term again on January the 1st of 2021. Um, but the bottom line is we're here to serve the public. We're here to inform the public, and we just can't do things unless there's agreement amongst all of us that it's the right thing to do.
No, absolutely, absolutely. That's why, like I mentioned, we wanted to bring you on. We wanted to find out what was actually going on because we did report about the bill, and our initial concern was whenever you open any kind of office or anything like that. I mean, there's funding that's going to come. There's funding, that needs to be doing that or to accomplish that. And we saw the press releases that your office sent out. And what got our concern was, that there wasn't the proper channel of communicating, with the district attorney. And I think anybody wouldn't know any better. It would be the district attorney if he needs assistance. And again,
Correct.
we just asked you earlier of, have you been contacted of other alternatives before and to provide funding, provide different more positions to maybe this backlog that was talked about in commissioner's court yesterday, and of course you said there wasn't, and it's just disappointing. And I mean, a lot of comments are out here saying, in support as far as, hey, maybe they should have told you something, or at least asked you. Yeah.
They should have told the people of Maverick County as well. It's their tax dollars. There's a saying that in Spanish que hablando se entienden las cosas.
Mhm. Yeah.
But no se van a entender las cosas si no hablamos. If we don't have any communication, we're never going to understand each other.
Yeah.
It's teamwork. We have to work as a team for Maverick County. We have to work as a team for the district of Maverick de Mensavala. We have to work as a team as members of the counties of the state of Texas. Working together, can we progress? Finding things out on the last day of being able to file a bill without talking to anybody, without consulting with anybody, I think is not reasonable. It's just not the way to go.
Yeah. No, and we thank you for your time, Mr. Serna. We appreciate you. I mean, we know you're have a busy schedule as well. We had a concern, and that's why we reached out to your office to see if you wanted to comment on the situation, because we were, kind of monitoring the bill, what happened at commissioner's court, the press releases that you came out, the letters that you sent to the commissioner's court as well.
Let me tell you this. This is how people are not in agreement with this bill. Okay. There's only 4 county commissioners in Maverick County: Precinct 1, Precinct 2, Precinct 3, and Precinct 4. Even the county commissioners were in disagreement. Two county commissioners voted against this bill. And these county commissioners represent Maverick County. The 4 combined represent the entire county of Maverick. 50% of Maverick County, through their elected county commissioners, oppose this bill. They do not want this bill. And that's county commissioners that spoke. And I was not invited. I saw the item on the agenda, but I was not invited to speak. I was not invited to go talk.
So you weren't invited to put any input in that specific item?
Not at all. Wow. Not at all. I just happened to be looking at the agenda on Sunday, and I noticed that that there was a county commissioners meeting on Monday, yesterday, day before, and that item number 38 dealt with a resolution with House Bill 4280, which is this one that we're talking about.
Yes.
And even in Maverick County, they don't agree to it. Two county commissioners, 50% of the county commissioners in Maverick County do not want this bill to pass. So again, si no hablas con la gente, ¿cómo esperas que la gente te apoye o que te entienda? You have to let the public know. You just can't close the door and lit a cigar and make a deal. You can't do that. You have to open the windows, open the door, let the sunshine in. Transparency. And you tell the voters and the taxpayers, this is my plan. This is what I want to do. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we couldn't agree with you more. Again, I do want to say thank you for coming on, accepting our invitation. I think you clarified a lot of, there was a lot of information going around, and people were kind of curious as to what has transpired. And I want to thank you for coming on the show and letting us know, hey, this is what happened. Like I said, we went out and we released the press releases that your office has sent out. We were monitoring the county commissioners meeting and everything. So we really appreciate you coming on. We won't take any more of your time. I don't know if you have any last minute things to say to the community.
Well, I just want to say that I have absolutely nothing against our state representative. I have absolutely nothing against our county judge. I have absolutely nothing against our county commissioners, because it's not about us. I respect them. They were elected by the people. The state representative does represent us in the House. I respect that. The county commissioners and the judge were elected by the citizens of Maverick County. I respect that, and I bear no ill will. I do not hold anything against them. I just respectfully disagree with those that are in support of this bill.
Yeah. And for the viewers also, it was a 3-2 vote. 2 county commissioners voted for, 2 against, and then you had the county judge as the deciding factor. They gave him the 3 vote to approve submitting this resolution. Again, we thank you. We know you have a busy schedule, DA. You have a backlog that you're addressing, so we know you're busy. Thank you again for coming on. And, we look forward to maybe another time that we can have you on again in the show. And just thank you for your time.
Well, I'll thank you for your time, and I appreciate it. And I will appear in any. The media is the media, and if the media wants to speak to their district attorney and ask questions, I'll be available for any media outlet. Thank you very much. All of you that are listening, have a blessed evening. God bless.
All right. Well, thank you very much, District Attorney Roberto Serna for the 293rd Judicial District. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.